Unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Who are they? Where are they from? And what is their intent?
All questions that immediately come to mind with the mention of UFOs.
A Pentagon report is detailing a dramatic increase in UFO sightings, more than 350 since 2021. Many of them are explained as being drones, birds, or weather events, but about half of them remain unexplained.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
This video taken by the Navy showing what he describes as pyramid-shaped UFOs flying over the USS Russell off the San Diego coast in July of 2019. The Pentagon has since confirmed that the video is authentic.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Late this afternoon, a bulletin from New Mexico suggested that the widely publicized mystery of the flying saucers may soon be solved. Army Air Force officers reported that one of the strange discs had been found and inspected sometime last week. Our correspondents in Los Angeles and Chicago have been in contact with Army officials endeavoring to obtain all possible late information. Joe Wilson reports to us now from Chicago. The Army may be getting to the bottom of all this talk about the so-called flying saucers. As a matter of fact, the 509th Atomic Bomb Group headquarters at Roswell, New Mexico, reports that it has received one of the discs which landed on a ranch outside Roswell. The disc landed at a ranch at Corona, New Mexico, and the rancher turned it over to the Air Force. Rancher W.W. Brazil is the man who discovered the saucer.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are.
More people are coming forward with their own sightings.
Videos recorded by U.S. Navy personnel have added a new layer of evidence to the current national debate about UFOs.
Right at that moment, I saw what looked like 5 lights flying in formation in kind of an inverted check mark.
The NASA independent study team did not find any evidence that UAP have an extraterrestrial origin. We don't know what these UAP are.
The mysterious flying objects are still a mystery. NASA will continue investigating them and has appointed a director of UAP research.
Technology that we faced was far superior than any.
Good evening. What's going on, truth seekers? It's Friday, and we got a great show for you here tonight. We're going to talk about those magical universal laws, because as we know, there is laws that is, I don't know, maybe the ground laws, which, you can go to jail, you're not going to do all these things. You know what I'm talking about, the speed limit. But there'll supposedly be some galactic universal laws. And I thought that'll be a great conversation of strangeness to talk about and see how we together collectively could put all this together to improve our lives and actually get to the point of all of this stuff, ancient history, civilizations, or whatever the thing is happening, because there's a lot of stuff happening out here. And I'm telling you, it is a bunch of big secrets that's going on, and we can talk about that. But in the meantime, it's Friday, and I hope that you have had a great week all week long, and that you're here now to do some things. You could have been any other place tonight, but you chose to be right here, right now. With that being said, I'm going to serve you. Let me give a shout out in our chat tonight, right, so that we can see who's all in here with us and just kind of go with the early bird. Oh, we got Extended Knowledge, said they want to do an interview. You got my email address. We'll talk about that. Philly Cat is in the house. Denise is in the house. Thomas is in the house. Laura is in the house. Me and the moon. I wonder if it's that 2 people, 3 people, or 4. I don't know. But anyway, you got Netta. You have JoJo, Nicole, Tony. Jarrell is in the house. Nicole is in the house from Philly. Yes. And we got Jennifer is in the house, the greatness of things. And Jen, I'm going to give you a call tonight. I got a magical call this afternoon, and I'll give you a holler. We'll chat and some stuff. But either though, I'm just saying, how do we want to look at this? How do we say that we have ground laws, right, where there's just things we can't do, and you'll go to jail. You won't pass $200. You go directly to jail. Then we have universal law. So which one supersedes the 2 or whatever? Can you live by universal laws and then at the same time have a fruitful life when it comes down to this? And so that is something that, I don't know, maybe we can think about it, see about it, and want to do that. It is in our book tonight, and you can kind of check that out on your own. That'll be the Book of Sacred Secrets. And so we're not going to get too much detail in it, but I'm going to work from one page. If you hadn't got it, check it out. It will be in there. I'm going to read you one of my affirmations that I do each time. And so I'm going to do it tonight before we start this particular show so that you can get the energy of expansion of what we're going to be talking about. Make sure you like, share the video. And for that moment, let's get on. We'll have some announcements in midway through the show, so hang on with that. It is the Friday, and if we got their energy, the power, and the movement, and if we want to start a new one, to do some hell of a Freaky Friday tonight, because I got a lot of energy. I haven't been here in a while, and pretty much I've been drinking my hydrogen water. We'll talk about that in a little bit. My water, I'm not selling their stuff, but I'm just going to tell you the power of this stuff, so you might want to get you some. All right, so I'm going to start out first with the affirmation that I use, and that, just kind of, and I'm going to expand it out to you, and you can receive it, don't receive it, it's totally up to you. But it's all about how I now take in my information as I begin to grow, study, and expand my consciousness of where we're going, especially to bring in more content to you, to make sure that it's appeal and I'm drawing from the right sources from there. And then, like I said, we'll get straight down to it. So if y'all really want to hear it, well, maybe you're going to hear it anyway, because I'm going to say it. But anyway, I'm going to read it. You can, suck it in a little bit. It's the affirmation. Like I said, I do this before I study, before I read my books at night, just constantly, because I'm asking for the cosmos, the ancestors. I'm asking for my guardian angels, everybody to contribute to the knowledge that I'm seeking. And so it starts out with saying, I'm more than my physical body, because I'm more than physical matter. I can perceive that which is greater than the physical world. And therefore, in these exercises, I deeply desire to expand, to experience, to know, to understand, to control, to use such greater energies and energy systems as may be beneficial and constructive to me and those who follow me. And also during these exercises, I deeply desire to help in cooperation and assistance and understanding from those individuals whose wisdom, whose development, whose experience is equal or greater than my own. And I ask the guidance and protection from any other influence or any source that may provide me with less than my stated desires. And I now protect myself as I may need from such influence, and I reject any source that may restrain me from my stated desires. So this is my affirmation. And then I have another one here where it's how I say that, I open those channels of communication only to those whose knowledge, wisdom, development, experience is equal to greater than my own. And I restrict such contact and communication to constructive purposes and reject all others. I only open this channel only when I consciously desire, and at all other times it remains closed. All right. So she said, can you read that a little faster? Or you want me to read it fast? Like, or whatever? Or are you just saying it's too fast? Well, it wasn't meant for y'all to, you can go back and do the video. So we're going to go into the Book of Sacred Secrets. I'm just going to flip all the way back toward the end here, and we're going to talk about the 7 stuff. Okay. So let's get down into it. Let's see. All right, there we go. So we're going to talk about the 7 laws, okay? And I think this is a great conversation for us to have and to interpret because especially in this space of UFOs, aliens, and metaphysics and consciousness, and the list goes on and on. It is by far not a, what's the word I'm trying to come up with? Well, it's just not a untrue statement to say that there's not a higher force at work here. And I'm not just talking about us thinking of God and the angels. People, I'm talking some deeper shit that's out there, people, things, places that is beyond the scope of our vision, our energies, our vibrations, our minds, and everything else. And this is why I tell you your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. You have to now know that there's a higher force at work, period. And we're not just talking the force of heavens and God and Jesus Christ. I'm not even on that particular level at this moment at all, period, point blank, that part. But what I'm saying to you is that there are some things out here. And having said that, there is a possibility and a trueness in the fact that there could be some universal rules and laws that supersede the man laws that we deal with on a daily basis, the laws that we read and driving down a highway that we see, the laws that your mom and our dad put into the houses and everything else, to a point that there might be some things that you can get away with that it's just going to work. And let's see if it all comes together. Maybe it comes together for the rich and famous and all those people too. So the first one, and we all talk about it, I think it all gets to a point, we talk about the law of vibration. Okay. And like I said, we're going to take this from the book at the top. So just know that this is what I'm reading from. If you got your copy, follow along with me. If you don't, you can print it up and you can buy this little folder that I got from Amazon. And I just put the sheets of paper in here. And so we will begin to do that. But the law of vibration, and then we're going to tie this into not just the conscious talk of this. We're going to see how does this play along with our everyday lives? How does this play along with the BS that we hear in the news? How does this work with the world itself? And how can we as a collective begin the process of using some of these things to get ahead or to get in front? Because listen, I don't know if any of y'all been watching, and we don't talk about a lot of politics here, but there's a lot of big stuff happening when it comes down to people governing our lives. And I think, and I've said it before, and I said this in the beginning, I think wealth is going to be our shield, and health, of course, is the bigger part of that. But wealth is the shield. You're going to have to get yourself on the other side of the dollar bill, because these people only respect money and power, and they're using this out there. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. We can get into that as a conversation if you want on another time. But the law of vibration is the principle. I'm going to slow it down. I need to slow it down yellow bus style, as Philly Cat says. The law of vibration that states that everything in the universe, I'm going to speed up a little bit here, is constant state of motion and vibration. Now, the positive is that the core of all matter and energy, there exists a vibrational frequency. And it's kind of funny about that, because remember we talked about these vibrational codes that I talked about for water and all those. I'm going to take one of these codes in a few minutes out of this folder, and I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to put my water on top of it. And then I'm going to set the hydration mode to begin to make me some hydrogen water. But I want those energy codes in there. But so it's already saying that's a universal law. So why wouldn't we not adapt those principles and everything else? So anyway, it's saying that it suggests that everything similarly solid objects are comprised of atoms and particles of perpetual motion, emitting energy waves at specific frequencies. And this concept extends beyond the physical realm and finds the applications in the various aspects of life, including the realm of spirituality and consciousness. Okay, so let me stop there for a minute. This is why you heard me in my first part of my affirmation that I'm beyond the physical body. I want to exceed I'm more than matter myself, because if that's the case, we have to operate on those particular levels. And I'm saying this because how does this apply with the high strangeness of life? Well, there's people using this stuff against us. There's people that are operating in higher modes in consciousness and spirituality and vibrations that they are superseding the lower vibrations of life and things that some people are what we call in that flow. and they are conquering us on a daily basis. And I use the word us because not the fact that I stand alone and we are different. Yes, is our community and collective, but I'm saying there are people out there that understands this magic, if you want to call it that. And they're using this again. And this is why secret societies exist. Not that we don't understand this. Yeah, everybody's going to teach the law of correspondence or law of leaf. Yeah, we hear it, but do we deeply understand how to use it or defend ourselves from it, or at the same time apply the applications to our everyday life? And so that's one of those things again. And I will say that he said I had a song called Yellow Bus. All right, so the law of vibration underscores the interconnectedness of all things and plays a crucial role in manifestation of our thoughts and desires. Understanding and harnessing this law can empower individuals to align themselves with vibrational frequencies that resonate with their intentions and goals. Now, I'm saying this to say, I'm saying that I definitely apply the law of vibration in my life. And I can honestly say from where I was a year ago and 6 months prior to that, which is a year and 6 months, it's not even close to where I'm at today and where I will be tomorrow, a year and 6 months from there. And so therefore, the belief starts in the mind. And like I've always told you, and I'll say it again, your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. So if your mind is not open to the possibilities and the concepts that there's something else happening beyond us driving to work every day, or is listening to the radio, which most people are doing, listening to frequencies, right? Because radio signals comes out as the frequency anyway, and they got stuff encoded in there anyway. So why not try to tune your body to hear the universal galactic frequencies? I know that's a food of thought. That's something that you might can think about. I'm just letting you know that this is something that we want to say. So, but what happens? What happens if the people, the big secret keepers, begin to harness the power of frequency and vibrations? Now, it may not be on the same note to you, but remember that machine they call HARP, the high aurora frequency or whatever. HARP was intended when it was made and created to create rain in desolate places where people out in the middle of the desert can get water where they normally don't get water. It was made in Alaska, a guy, a scientist, and then the military saw there was a military application to it, and they said, well, we got to have it, and they actually took this device. And it's so far and powerful that they can send a frequency, listen to me, a frequency into the atmosphere, the ionosphere, and create weather patterns and things all over this particular Earth. Now, how is Mother Earth being controlled by frequencies that they can do this? They can pinpoint and make it rain, storm, tsunamis or whatever, earthquakes, I think, anywhere that they want based upon a frequency sent up into the atmosphere. So can we say what happens if our thoughts? Now, I would remember back in the day that they said that when the ancient civilizations were moving rocks and bigger items, it was a collection of people, thoughts and consciousness and vibrations and frequencies that will come together and move these pillars of rocks by themselves, all because of thoughts and vibration in frequencies and consciousness or whatever. So if they can do that, this is something that we need to really think about, right? In our lives, what can we do? How can we do it? What if we did an experiment ourselves that we all, and if everybody participated, and we all put our minds to something and we say, we want to make my phone move. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not doing any tricks tonight, put some hidden strings and shit where y'all can't see it. And then I'm like, oh, it's working. Oh my God, look at my phone is levitating. I'm not pulling that sugar honey iced tea tonight, but I'm saying to you, what if we did that? What if somebody organized a national thought day? I'm just making some stuff up. And everybody in the whole world begin to think about something that we all put our thoughts to and see what happens. What if we can make it rain money? I don't know. Would y'all do it? Yes. And I'm saying that is something that it is there. So he says the book of sacred secrets. Is there a link? There is a link in the chat of the video. in the description of the video, and then I will put it up here right there on the screen. But what I'm saying is this: what happens if all of that, right? What if we get to a point that we are thinking about this, and again, can empower individuals to align themselves with vibrational frequencies to resonate with their intentions? And so we set a goal together. We set a goal so that we all could try to pull something off. Now, what if we said, okay, well, we're going to set a goal where, I don't know, we can make a hole appear in the bottom and have our own bunker. I'm just saying the possibilities are endless, right? When we think about it, because most of people sit around right now and they try to give you this, how can I put it? This spiritual, this motivational part of vibration. But hey, let me tell you something. If the other side figures this out, and they have, if secret societies know the truth, if the Vatican and the government and all these people are making devices that are happening in the cosmos of our mind control, they are using the universal laws that we are just taking for granted, and most people are just trying to do it so we can do some kumbaya. They weaponize this stuff, is where I'm going with this. And I'm not standing alone. If anybody agree with me, like it's church, let me hear you. I'm just saying these people don't play. They're not playing with us. They're not playing with us, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so the next thing we're going to go through is the law of correspondence. Now, this is a key principle that posits that there are correspondence or connection between different levels of existence. Now, if we go back into, I have it in here, and let me make sure. And when they just said different levels of existence, that is very interesting, by the way. Let me just get to the reference guide. But think about that. The law of correspondence, and as that, more of everything is connected in some point, fashion, or whatever. But I'll find this thing. I should, and you know what? I didn't have it all messed out for the notes and stuff, but I just wanted you to know that I remember. There we go, right there. So it's saying, if we think about the law of correspondence here, that it will go back to the planes of existence. You got the mental, the higher astral, the middle astral, lower astral, etheric, and the physical plane. And most of us operate here. This is where we are in our everyday lives. So if the law of correspondence is talking about that and saying that in connection between, like I said, the existence of the physical, etheric, astral, mental, and the law suggests that what happens on one level of reality is mirrored or reflected in another. And this is where we get the term as above, so below, in more what we call a simpler terms. And it applies to the patterns and experience and events of our physical world that can often be understood, explained by looking at the etheric, astral, and mental plane. So I'm saying that when you think about that, now there is part of this Book of Sacred Secrets, there is a as below and above section here, right there. And that will go to cosmetology, as below. See, all this stuff is connected. All of this stuff is connected, and it's why we try to give you that information so that you will be able to understand that. And like I said, if you decide, there you go, right there. But I'm just saying, so we'll go back to this part, that it's all connected. So what would that mean if what happens on this realm or this particular level, and if we talk about the, let me go back to it. So if we talk about the existence part, so the mental plane, which is a dimension of the mind. Let me put my little notes thing here. So I have this. All right. And let me take this thing off the screen. All right. So the mental plane is the existence where the dimensions of the mind, and the mind is part of the universal mind. Therefore, the mental plane is shared between all minds that exist in a world of thoughts. Thoughts are not created. They are received based upon the frequency of the mind. That's up here in the mental side. See, this is where I was trying to go with that earlier when I talked about Can the big secret keepers, all these people, use the laws against us every day? Absolutely. You know what? Don't even try to ponder that, because we also governed to think that there's some higher force that is angelic, or just some type of angels and stuff that's up there, that is the ones that are using, and this is who we're tapping into. How the hell we don't know if you tapping into something that's not too good? How do you don't know when you're doing that messages that you're receiving is not a malice intent, right? Or malevolent, right? Or whatever you want to call it. And because we know there's malevolent beings out there who are in that space, that these people and things are operating at a higher vibration, and they're corresponding with us through our physical. Because Nicole and I and Selena, we was talking about this the other day, that there's a difference between the physical and all that. We know that, but I'm saying it is Captain Obvious. And the fact that we try to tap into our ancestors in the spiritual realm makes a big difference, that we don't see them in the physical realm, but these entities have the ability to go through both. What is really happening is does one still exist, or the other one's alive? I don't know. Those are questions. So I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just telling y'all what I'm saying. You know, you don't have to go that far with it, but you can. I'm just giving you an example. All right, so we're going to go into the law of mentalism. This is all mind, okay? It is all mind. It's all in the mind. This universe is mental. We just talked about that. It asserts that the mind is the fundamental reality of everything that exists in the universe, and is mental creation and manifestation of the one mind of God, right? In simpler terms, we'll make sure we simplify this for you, is that this law suggests that the thoughts and consciousness of an individual play a central role in shaping their reality. Now, that is something that every motivational person speaks about. That is not an uncommon trait. That is not something that you can't find. That's the common denominator in most people who teaches consciousness and everything else. What you think and whatever. Even my tagline itself, your eyes are useless when your mind is blind, is referencing to the point of the mind. That whatever the mind is not open to, your eye's not going to understand the reality of what you see. You can be looking right at something and not know exactly what it is if your mind is closed to it, right? So how do we do this? How do we try to understand how to block stuff that is not in our best interest? That they are using these things to tap into us. Because there's a lot of people receive stuff today, right? There's a lot of you who are really talented people, I would call that, right? You know, a lot of you in our community are. But what happens? You know, do we understand what we're truly receiving? How do we know if it's good, bad, evil, or whatever, right? And we just assume because it seemed like it was a good thought. Well, they can play tricks. I would think so. But the part of this is that the government, the CIA, the everyone else appears that they want to use mind control tactics to control us. And they're going, we don't need to do the physical realm. You get where I'm going with this? So the physical plane, which is the lowest of them all, is not where the government and oppression and all that's happening. They did this back in the day. They used physical force, physical things back in the day to manipulate people, to get people to do stuff. But at this point now, it appears that they know they have a whole bigger weapon. They're using other stuff. They're controlling the masses, or many of people, a whole nother way. How do we protect ourselves from that? Let somebody go out there and teach those tactics. Let somebody step up front teaching the opposite of all of this, not to tap, how to block. Because the war is out there and it's on our minds. The war is out there and it's on our souls. The war is out there and they're taking it from the top. And while we focus on the ground surface level all the time, these people are doing rituals. These people are doing satanic whatever. They're doing, they're going after everything from our blood to our, they are going up in this area and reaching down here and grabbing our souls from the top. That's crazy. I know. I'm just talking. Yeah, I'm just up here by myself talking. I know it. But I'm saying to you, the sugar and iced tea is real. It is real. It is real. So the other part is, when we think about it, is that they suggest that thoughts and consciousness of individuals play a central role in shaping their reality. It emphasizes the power of the mind to create, to influence, and shape the world around us. And essentially, the law of mentalism highlights the idea that our thoughts and beliefs have a profound impact on our experiences and the circumstances we encounter. And this is why it's so important to create positive thinking patterns and thoughts that affect our reality. Because here's the point. If they are going to do mind control, what's the first thing that they do? They put the image, the thought within your mind. They give us the thought. So there's people tonight saying they had dreams. I just seen was it Mara? Mara said she had a dream of aliens. I talked to some people today. They had a dream of some stuff. So why wouldn't that be in the point? If they're going to meet and attack and conquer, why wouldn't they do it there? They don't even have to be seen. They don't even have to get arrested. See, now you get where I'm going with this conversation tonight. How do we utilize those powers beyond just talking around saying, I am special? Beyond that, going around saying, oh, I am a positive individual. The hell with that. I'm talking whipping out the stuff. I'm talking whipping out the Navy SEALs, the CIA training stuff. I'm talking whipping out the Monroe Institute and Kumbaya. I'm talking way with the Dogon tribe stuff that we can learn and use to alter the alignment of. I'm just speaking of some greater stuff. I don't want to hear no more about just positive thinking, Roderick, and just think positive. The hell, what the hell was that? They ain't even using that. They're beyond that. They don't even think positive. They just do. They just think and say do. You know what I'm saying? It's like these people they're not playing with us. They're not playing with us. And why do we need to play with this? Why do we have people that are teaching surface level stuff? Because maybe that's all they know. Maybe that's all that they think that we are capable of learning, but yet they're using bigger tactics to get ahead in life too. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, wealth is the new shield. And it's not, wealth ain't just money, it's health, it's all of these things that wraps around the word wealth, okay? Families, relationships, and all of the stuff. So don't equate it with money, okay? It's not about the money. Y'all hear me, right? I'm saying this. However, I rate money right up there with oxygen, right? Yeah, let me get my little rim shot here. It's not about the money, but I rate money right up there with oxygen. All right, you got that. Okay, so I'm saying that this is crazy. And if we don't respond accordingly, then what do we do? Right? What do we do? So when they say, once again, and you start looking at right here, that we want to go to the planes of existence, that again, it's in this book of sacred secrets. And I just printed it up because and just put these in here so you can do that yourself. But anyway, when they hit on this particular level, they're reaching us through all of this. And the levels of reality are not separated. They melt into a plane that is above and below. In other words, each plane is a product of the plane that's above it, and that the higher plane, the more fluid and formless it becomes. The lower the plane, the more material and solid. So while we're operating on a physical where we can feel, these people are hitting us in higher astrals. They go straight for the top because it's more fluid. They go straight to the top. This is when we was talking about it yesterday with Doc B, and we was talking about music, spells, and all of that. There's music that we're listening to that they're hitting us with that we don't even know what's in it. And we can't stop it. That's the point I'm trying to make, unless you don't listen to it. See, you could sit here and tell somebody, I'm not a HOE, because I don't do those HOE dances, but I still listen to the songs. Well, it's in there. You're just not activated, right? Male or female, it doesn't matter. The code has been sent. It's in there. Yeah, I don't go to clubs like I used to. I'm saying someone would say, I don't go at all, period. I just don't go. I've been there years ago that we all sitting in there, and when a certain song come on, the guns came up, the people was, and you know, it was like crazy. What signaled that? How did they know when that song and music and whatever was going to come on that it made everybody whip out their guns? The women start whatever, the men are gang, I'm telling you, it's the real deal. I'm not making this stuff up, as the great one used to say. You can't make this stuff up. You can't, because it's real. REAL, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, high strangeness, community. It's real. Now, if you are getting any value tonight and you want to contribute to the show, please do it. Cash out, everything else. Why? Because in about 2 weeks, we will be at the Conscious Awards, and my publisher, Billy Carson, and we were doing book signing. And then hopefully it's going to be massive out there. We're going to do a massive promotion. And then the show is funded a lot better. I won't need all of the contributions. I will be able to, you may call me and say, Rod, I need it. I need 20 bones, bro. And then I can look in the Cash App and it'll say, damn, this person gave such and such all over these years. 20, nigga, dude, I got you for 200, whatever. But in the meantime, I need to cross that bridge. So if you want to support the show, you see any value, you can do that, or you can go to the store, make a purchase, whatever reciprocity for you. But let me get back on it, because hopefully I come into your living room tonight. Hopefully I come right where you are tonight and do that and appreciate all of that, because that's what we're doing here. All right, so we're going to move to polarity, which I think is really a good one there, right? We want to move to polarity and all that. Y'all give a shout out to Lydian for her support. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's nice to be heard. It really is. It's really nice to be heard. So we're going to go with the law of polarity, which assert that everything in the universe has the opposite. In other words, there are dualities or pairs of opposite in existence, such as light and darkness, hot and cold, love and hate, and so on. And this law suggests that polarities are interconnected and interdependent, and that they help define and give a meaning to each other, and also highlight anything within a situation experience that is potential for both positive and negative aspects. See, now we're getting it, because just because one is good, there's some bad, and you gotta have some good to get bad. You gotta have experienced some bad to know what good is, right? I'm just saying, in the relationship side, there's some people don't know what a good man, a good woman is, because they never had the bad one to know, or they still got the bad one and never released from the bad one to meet the good one. I don't know. And this is not no Dr. Phil, so I ain't with that. Matter of fact, I'm not even doing that anymore. But what I'm saying to you, that these big secret keepers understands this. So they pit our energies against one another's. Everything we see in advertisement, everything we see out in the world is always this versus that. The same thing when we see in these elections, this versus that. And they're all on the same side. They all rule. They all go to the bank. The Republicans cash a check from the government, and the Democrats cash a check from the government, and they both take our money. Both of them, both sides. They got us fighting out there in the streets, and they cash the checks. And we live in mediocrity. I know. I just stand by myself. I'm just talking. Ain't nobody with me. Just keep going and go down those roads. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Go down those roads and whatever. But I'm also saying that when you think about the yin yang, you think about duality. It exists. There is such a thing. I think I have it in here. I'll go over it. But we're talking about polarity. Why not? It's there. It's right there in our faces. Look right here in the book. The sun and moon is the exact polarity. The yin and yang is the same thing. Our whole livelihood is built that way. It all is. It's all based on the knowledge of what we know and not know, and what we think we know and don't do. But once again, let's get back to it. So there is a potential of both positive and negative aspects, but understanding the law of polarity can lead to a greater balance, and acceptance and perspective in life. And it reminds us that opportunities, growth, and transformation often accompany challenges and difficulties. So I used to have this theory that I used it, matter of fact. And people say, Ryder, you got a problem. I was like, Nick, I love problems, because every time I run into a problem, even today, I run into problems. I had one, just a small one, but I run into problems. But every time you run into problems, I know that this is going to be an experience to learn that I'm about to grow. Some people face their problems and they zone out. Some people get hit with stuff out here in this world and they can't get up. And if they adapt the universal principles, that is a secret, by the way, but it's taught, but it's not really shared in the right way of looking at life. Because all we know is the devil is doing his work. The devil is doing it, right? And I can picture right now, I had this vision of dream, right? I'm going to use this word. I'm communicating with the dreamers. It really is not, but it is a vision. I had a vision of looking over on a wall and looking at the devil, okay, sitting up on a wall crying. and he's sitting over there crying, the devil, just crying. And I walk up, because that's me. I'm the sugar honey iced tea. I can approach the devil, right? So I approached the devil and I said, man, what's the hell wrong with you? You're the freaking devil, dude. What you crying for? And he says, everybody's lying on me all the time. The devil made me do it. The devil's, you get what I'm saying? It's like, that's the only thing we can think about when negative stuff hit, versus God is about to teach you a lesson, or your higher self, or the Most High is teaching you something. And therefore you embrace it and start looking for the answers within the problem to find the solution so that you now grow. We don't do it that way because it's not taught that way, right? It's not. It's not. It's one of those things. What's going on, Ryan? Ryan says we're listening. Hey, what's going on, brother? All right, that's cool. So I'm saying that people, it is real out there. These people are not playing, and they're attacking us, and they're making us forget about the power that we have. And we just got to turn blame on something, someone, some things, and some folks. Politics do it. Religions do it. Our families do it. Everybody teaches us to blame instead of to embrace that there could be a lesson of growth through all of this if we use the universal law that good and evil works together. Everything is we already know your left foot and your right foot comes together for you to walk, right? It has to. All right, so she said, that's the devil I want to see. I bet he twerks. I'm with you on it. All right. So here's what I'm going to do while we're sitting here. We're going to use the vibrational codes in which it works with the water and all that. And we talked about that the other day. I'm going to, right while we're here on the show, I'm going to pull a code out of here. I don't know. What do y'all think? We can go with money in abundance, love in abundance. We can go with freedom in abundance. We can go with pure money. Mm-hmm. We can go with pure love. Shit, that would work. Pure energy, that will be a good code. But I think we're going to come all the way back to love and abundance. And money could mean abundance, right? Or whatever. I'm going to pull this out. Okay, there you go. This got the frequency, the flower life, the frequency are all right there embedded in here. Okay, y'all see that? Let me put it there. You can see it, ascension, I am, all of it. This is all embedded into the codes, okay? So we're going to go with love and abundance. And I'm going to put it right here because you can put this under your pillow. I'm going to take my hydrogen water because I am drinking this now. And I'm going to sit that right there. And it's sitting right there. And boy, we're going to make some hydrogen. And we're going to go with love and abundance. And if you want your codes, you can go into our website and you can download these, use them, print them up multiple times, put them under your bed, your pillows at night, because I'm teaching you now, everything is by frequencies. We just have been tuning into the right frequency. The radio is just a code. It tunes into the frequency. We can do it without, and it already said you can speak to the water. You can speak to the water and you can do it. So I just set my water, and I'm going to drink this, by the way. I'm going to drink it. And I got a lesson for y'all tonight on this. Okay? So y'all make sure y'all stick around because it's 10 minutes for this thing to I got it on high. So it can do it in 4 minutes, but it's processing hydrogen in 10 minutes. And I got a lesson for that, by the way. Yeah, I know. I know. Why? Because we're operating off some bigger things around here. I'm just letting you know. So polarity, I'm sorry. So that also means that sometimes that you can be in relationships, friendships, business with people that's direct opposite of you. And you miss the moment because you're so searching for somebody who yokes with you. It's like this is what the Bible teaches. The spiritual people or in the religion. You got to find somebody equally yoked. What the fuck? Two people going with the same shoe, left, right, is not going. But somebody's strengths and weaknesses. See, the universe knows this. They know that people can put strengths and weaknesses together and become a whole thing. But on religion, they teach you to find somebody who just like you, who just as weak as you are, who just the same as you are, and yoke with them so that you be nothing together. Y'all with me? Y'all follow me? I'm telling you, it's real. They're not playing with us out here. I'm telling you, the system is designed to use the higher stuff while we're focusing on the lower stuff against us, and we're not paying attention. If you're with me, put in the chat. I don't want to stand here by myself. Tell me you understand what I'm talking about. I'm just telling you, this is why when you find that person that pulls you to the left, who pulls your strings and all of that, but then they also provide something else, some strengths and weaknesses, and you can pull that person and you get to that point where I don't like them, but I love them. Oh, I can't stand them, but I love them to death because they're pulling your polarity. And if you can't handle that, it is where the yin and yang comes together of life, business, friendship, it's friction for cars. Everything's pulling left to right. When the plane has to fly through the sky, it has to have enough thrust to go through the friction of the opposite in order for it to fly. But we run into a force, we quit because that's what they want us to do. Right? I know. I hope y'all feel me tonight. I hope y'all understand. I'm just talking. I'm with you. And I'm just saying that if you find in value, support tonight. And pretty soon you won't have to. I'll support you. I'm at the last mile. I'm at the last few weeks. So I just need all your support and we're going to make it. We're going to do it. All right. So let's go into something that I think is highly talked about, but maybe, I don't know if it's overrated, but it's the law of gender. Oh my God. We get into that and maybe we think of it another way. The law posits that there is a gender of duality to everything in the universe, not just in terms of male and female, but also in terms of masculine and feminine energies and principles. See, I'm going to stop right there before we get further. Because society tells us that a female is supposed to be all feminine and a male is supposed to be all masculine, but yet the polarity, remember there's two sides. And now we understand the law of gender, that means that we both have them both. There is a masculine side that both women and men has, and there's a feminine side. Now, I can't tell you that balancement is supposed to be the same. There's some that, the balancement goes the wrong way, so to speak. It tips the scale because of the gender by sex down there, determines that part, but then the other parts of them is a little different. So they may carry a little red rocket like I got, but then they acting a little different. That may be a different story. It may be a different story. But I'm not saying that they don't have it. Actually, I'm going to put you on my taxes. All right, appreciate it. Y'all give Philly Cat a check. There you go. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. So what I'm saying is we sit here, so we will fight each other. And now I'm not with this. I'm not with this, but listen to me closely. I'm not with it. And I'm confused by it. So maybe y'all can clear it up. So we may have a gender bias on two males and two females get married. And then maybe they can't reproduce, right? Naturally. But does that mean they're not prosperous in the universal law? Because we are understanding that the aliens don't have no gender. They don't have no male and female, at least some of them we know about. If I'm wrong, I want my researchers to correct me. Are we now hearing that when they find these graves and all these aliens that they don't have a little red rocket or you know, they don't have a golf pole or a golf hole, right? If I'm wrong, Nicole, let me know if you're still here. But they are finding these aliens don't have that. Did they find that there was no need for that? They're hermaphrodites or whatever the words that I'm using. I was just reading a book that in the higher species, the theological prophecy that the advanced civilizations no longer have sexual sides. And they all have a feminine and masculine side, but the feminine side is that whatever. I don't know. So I'm just saying, is it a possibility? But the fact that they're saying that in the book of Sacred Secrets here, and we'll get into that, and let me get into a little gender for you right now. Okay, this is in the book. See, everything is in here for y'all. I'm just letting y'all know it's all here. You know, you better get you some. I'm taking it down as soon as my other stuff hit. I'm taking this off the market. I'm just letting you know, and because we shouldn't be putting it out there. We just need to teach it to you. Yeah, that's all. We just need to teach it to you. But listen, so when we think about gender, just like I'm talking about, which is in here, check this out. You have the divine feminine side is nurturing, creative, feeling wisdom, connected, awareness, and receptive. And divine masculine is logical, focused, resilient, disciplined, analytical, responsible, and courageous. Now, I got people in my camp right now that says, Roderick, you just analyze shit too much. People that are real close to me. But is that my masculine side? Am I wrong for being who I am? Am I wrong for having that essential quality? Am I? But at the same time, there is an unbalanced side to all of this. And we'll get into all the unbalancements. There are some negatives to all of this. We'll talk about that in just a short moment. But where I'm going with this is, the link is in the description. So y'all want to do that and know that our frequency codes, we got 2 minutes left. Love and abundance is in there and is vibrating. I'm so excited. The hydrogen water is processing. I'm going to drink it. Yes, but I got a story for y'all. So make sure y'all hang around in about 1 minute. 1 minute, I'm going to tell a story that I learned, and I just want to pass it along. But anyway, so it says here in the book that the gender, this law suggests that the energies exist within all individuals, and as balance between them is necessary for personal and spiritual growth, understanding and harmonizing the masculine and feminine aspects within oneself can lead to greater balance and creative wholeness. You get where I'm going with that. So you might want to have a little bit of both. Because if you can balance them both, then if I have a nurturing side as a man, then I can nurture my sons, my daughters, my significant other, my wife, my partner. I can have the emotional intelligence to be able to comprehend things that I don't have to be brute force about. If I want to have feelings and someone wants to say, Roderick, get out your feelings, I can stay in my feelings. I'm supposed to have feelings. Why not? Same as everyone else. But you got awareness, receptiveness. Now, when these things are not balanced from the universal principles of law, the universe, not me, not kumbaya person, says that on the feminine side, it becomes victimized, selfish, codependent, manipulative, insecure, jealous, petty. On the masculine side, unbalanced, disruptive. Oh, what is this word that ladies like to use? Controlling, abusive, inconsistent, invalidating, criticizing, aggressive. And what woman is not disruptive? What man is not disruptive? What man is not controlling? What woman is not controlling? What man is not abusive? What woman is not abusive? What woman is not invalidating? And what man is not, which men and women, which both is not criticizing, aggression, which both is not unbalanced, victimized, selfish, codependent, manipulative, insecure, jealous, and petty. There's a lot of damn human beings like that. A lot. So they can live in their polarity and they can live in their, the correspondence of life on the negative vibrations, but they can't do it on the other side. Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell y'all a story time real quick. And, are y'all listening? Let me know if some people are listening. I need to know if some of y'all are listening right now. Yeah, I need to know if some folks are listening to me. I just want to know. I just want to know if somebody's listening. All right. So Ryan said, I'm not alone. Appreciate it, Ryan. Okay, I'm going to tell a story. Me and the Moon says she's listening. Great. I got an audience of 3, 4. Jarrell, Ricky, Penny. Okay, come on now. Tina said, hang on, Rod. Get some earwax. Let me find my tip. All right now. Lydian said, I'm listening. Isaac said, we listening. Lord, I love it. Come on. That let me feel proud tonight that y'all listening because I got a story for you. Okay? This is my story for you. I learned this through life too. Okay? So, and Monica is psychic. So she said, are we drinking enough water? Okay, so y'all see this water in my hand. I just put it under the code of abundance and love. And it is hydrogen water. I bought a little hydrogen machine. I've been studying it. And I've been using it. It's been really pretty good. Okay. But listen to what I'm about to say. This is water. Okay, y'all listening, right? Me and the Moon said no. She said, I need to. I'm not. Oh, she's talking about water. Y'all haven't. See, that means y'all not focusing. Y'all talking to each other. It's like I'm in class and I'm like, students, y'all got to pay attention, or my friends or my family, pay attention. Okay. I'm in a raw form right now for a moment. So I want you to imagine this water as metaphorically the solutions to things, whether it is our 7 universal laws, whether it is the things that represent our freedom, our success, love, life, whatever it is. See, a lot of us, and this is why I put this book of sacred secrets in place, and I'm going to tie it into what you want to know, because these are things that I know. So where I'm going with this is there's a lot of us that are right now, you come to the live streams, you go to different live streams, and you are thirsty, okay? But you got water. You get where I'm going with this? There's a lot of people have the water. They're walking around with the water. They're listening and holding the water every single day. Some of you are learning stuff where we can offer you access to information, and the water is there. And there's people who know with the water and they're complaining, saying it's not there, but they're holding the water. Now, the water again is the metaphor for whatever we're talking about. And they are and this is not, and we can just go with the basic principles of life, of knowledge in the water, but it's metaphor of your lives and our lives. We're walking around with it. We're hearing it. We're complaining it. We're holding it everywhere we go, because there's some people out there who don't have the water. They don't have access to information. They don't know anyone. They don't watch anything. They don't have internet to listen to live streams. They don't have, but you have the water. And where I'm going with this, and what I realize, I'm around all these sharp people. I got all these books. I've been, of course, my weight loss, my doctor's report came back today. My A1C1 is way back down to 7 and 60s. They took me off metformin last week. I don't take it anymore. I'm doing good. He says, keep doing what you're doing. We're going to take you off your high blood pressure. It's normal. In 6 months, you'll be off all your meds. But where I'm going with this is the water has always been there. I've been carrying it. I've been walking around with the knowledge and people and access and information, my friends and all of this stuff. I've been walking around with this water, but I've been thirsty. But what I realize is, this is hydrogen and water. Y'all listen. Y'all hear that? It only works if you drink it. It only works if you drink it, people. You got to drink the knowledge. You got to use the knowledge. You can't just walk around and not use it. You can't teach it and not go by it. You can't say you know and don't do it. You can't say, oh, I want a life like this and not accessing the stuff. It only works if you drink it. I realize that. That's it. You got to drink the water. I ain't say Kool-Aid. I said water. That is the lesson I'm trying to say. And hopefully y'all understood that. I hope you understood what I'm talking about, right? It only works if you drink it, people. That's all I can tell you. And you got to continue to drink it. And whatever that metaphor for you is, continue to do it. Now, I could say that I just had church right now. I could say, you know, whatever, and offering time in the sanctuary. I can use that, you know, but we're not doing that. We're not. I just want you to give. Someone says, can you put that water in the window on moon? Right. You can. I use vibrational codes, and it's hydrogen water. You know, I've been doing it for the last 3 or 4 days, and I'm telling you, inflammation, clarity, a lot of stuff is starting to happen. You get what I'm saying? It's starting to happen. And that is things that we have to understand. Now, real quick, the consciousness award is coming up. There's what we call a BOGO. BOGO, buy one, get one. If you buy a ticket to the Conscious Award, you can come to the conference. They're going to be showing the Anunnaki preview. Okay. They're going to be doing all that. If you're in Texas, Houston, I'll be down in Houston Sunday. Billy will be there. We're doing an Anunnaki. I'm going to be doing an introduction for him and Elizabeth. And I think it's sold out. I think the red carpet tickets are still available, but I think the event is sold out. But if not, check it out. And I'm just saying, you know, but the Consciousness Awards is a few weeks away. Voting is up on the 15th. If you have not voted for me, and if you can find a way to vote again, we got 4 more days. No, 3 days. I need a vote. I need votes. I need y'all to post. I don't care. Everybody got social medias. Post on your social media. Vote for Roderick. They don't even know who I am. Call your friends and ask them, do you a favor? Do you got any friends? If everybody in here had 5 friends, that's 250 more votes I'll get by morning. And if you ain't got that many friends, I'm your friend, okay? I voted for myself, but I can't do it again. But I'm saying 5 friends outside of our community, just 5. If you can get 5 of them to vote and say, I need y'all to vote for a friend of mine. Who is that? Well, just check the box, Roderick Moore, and then just check the other boxes. You got Courtney, you got Kika, you got Dr. B and Simon. Just go and check some boxes. You know what I'm saying? And let's get a victory. And if you're going to be at the Conscious Awards, we'll be at the hotel. I think the conference is at the hotel that Saturday. We got a great time. We're going to do some things there Friday night. I think we're all kind of free. We're going to do some get-togethers, maybe, whatever. We're going to have a great time meeting some people, and you're going to meet a great group of people. So make sure you do that. Make sure you get on our newsletter on the website, whythebigsecret.com. We're going to be dropping a whole new series of shirts. We've got a lot of new creations, some kick bad stuff, man. I'm telling you some stuff you're going to be proud to wear, you know, no longer with the vision of the simplicity that I had. Now we have some good people, Moonwear and some other people I'm collaborating with. So y'all get ready. Nothing will be as it was ever again. So let me get back on the conversations and let me continue. We got Jude up in the house. What's going on? And like I said, all of y'all, you know, we're about to approach that milestone. And like I said, you know, I appreciate it. I wish there was a few other announcements I could make, but I can't right now. But y'all going to be proud. You're going to be really proud. And all this begging and things will come to a close. But I will say to every person, human, alien, whatever you are, that have helped, donated, gave, bought, sent, tried to, maybe the card declined, whatever. I love you. I truly love you. And I will not have gotten this far without you. I'm not saying this. There would have been many nights I would have quit. quit. And there are some of you out there who know my real story of triumph going through. And the many nights, there are some angels that is out in this audience. Y'all know who, well, if you don't know who you are an angel, okay? And there are some people who have come through that I will not even fathom to say thank you when the time comes, okay? And I'll say it now, but there will be a real good time to do so. But I'm just saying to you, there is people out there. There are people who are responsible to give you some assistance. Listen to me. There are people who are responsible to make it less difficult for you, because this is what they're here for, right? But ultimately, we know the one force, the one driving force is you. You have to put your work into it. But there are some good people out there, man, that crosses your path, and they will help you, and they will see who you are and what you're doing. And let me tell you, there's probably thousands of people that would negatively look at you as they have done me. But then it only took but a few good ones to get me where I'm at, right? So I'm just saying, I love each and every one of you. You know who you are. Some of you are just truly. So, but if you want some new ones and y'all want to help, we got 4 more weeks of support from my community. Hey, y'all just help me. That's all I'm saying. But I'm going to survive. We're going to survive. But I am so happy to be where I am today. All of that. So let's go with the law of cause and effect. That's where we are now. We're going to move on. The law of cause and effect. So you're going to meet. So when I do the book signing, Judith is going to be there. I think she's going to help with the books, and me and the moon. Selena will be there. So those two. I have some special shirts for us, y'all. I really do. I got some special The Unspeakable Truth shirts that I'll have for us when we're doing the sign. Y'all will be helping with the books. So we're going to have a table. And so y'all make sure y'all come so y'all get to meet them. And they're going to help, and I'll be signing and whatever. Yeah. Whatever. We should be doing all of that. So I love it. All right. So the law of cause and effect state that every phenomenon has a cause and effect and produces an effect. In other words, there is a relationship between actions or events where one thing leads to other influence and another. And we talk about the butterfly effect. Y'all remember that? The theory of the butterfly effect is supposedly there in South Africa somewhere. I'm just using a place of origin. That a butterfly can flap his wings in South Africa and cause that fucking hurricane that we had in Texas a few days ago, right? Supposedly, that is what's going to happen. And supposedly, there is a cause and effect in our lives that I realize that there is in our lives. But we're going to talk about how they're using it against us next. Okay? So just stay in your seats. But what I'm saying is the cause and effect could be that they know if they, and let me finish this first. The principle shows that the world works as it suggests that nothing happens by chance, and there are reasons behind every outcome. Every action has equal opposite reaction. This is why I've always told you, stop focusing on how. Never, man. I don't care what the situation is. They do that in the media. They do it in the UFO space, the religion space. They keep us focusing on how. But the real cause effect is why. And because they beat that out of us as children, and you do it too, you've done it. You have kicked your kids behind to stop asking you why and just do what you're told. You can't tell me you haven't. Who have not, don't lie, right? All of you at some point have told your children, don't ask me why, just do it. And now they grow up in society and they don't ask questions because we beat it out of them when they were young. And they trained us to do that because if you got a society of people just doing what they're told and not asking, they're controlled. And they're controlled. So we help them with the weapon of mentality right there. We help them. We take their plan and we put it into action for them. It's right there in their books. They take their religious books, they give it to us. Then we go and say the Bible says, blah, blah, blah. So I'm saying that this is what's going on. Girlfriend of Bay, what's going on, Liz? Liz has been a beautiful contributor as well. Rod, this is so crazy because I was literally just having this conversation and then I signed on here and you're saying the same thing. Which part? Let me know what we're talking about. Yeah, let me know which part. So, but what I'm saying is they understand that. And it was in I read that in the Orwell 1984 books. He was talking about the politics and he was talking about how they was doing this worldview and he understood why or how they was keeping people down, but he couldn't understand why. And I started going like, wow, why? That's why I did form the show Why the Big Secret at the time, because it was the question. It was the question. And the question is what we all should be understanding. You get what I'm saying? So, for example, in the world that I'm in the phenomena, and like I said, we went back to the word. What did it say a while ago? Law and cause and effect states that every event or phenomenon has a cause. So we even call the UFO stuff phenomena. They give it the name. They know. But what they do is they come back and want to say, you know, we need to focus on how the government got the space ray, or how the government got a plane that it goes into the anti-gravity. How did they do that? Well, not how, but you know, why, you know, or how did they get it, and all of this stuff, and where, and all. Why do they have it, and why are they hiding it from us? Could it change our life? Why they don't want to tell us that there's a cure for certain things? Does it make them go broke? They know how to cure it. They always knew how to cure stuff, but why would they want us to know about it? They don't want us to. So those are the things. She said, what you put out gets certain results. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and so I'm saying to you all, and if I ain't came to you in a minute, I'm going to get down to your chair, your seat. That's what the pastor would say, or the other guy. I'm not that at all. Although, you know what? I've probably been approached 10 times. There was one guy came to me. He said, man, I want you to be an associate pastor and you sit under me at least 10 years. And I looked at him and I damn near bust out laughing. Seriously? Now, don't get that I'm not worthy, but I'm not that gullible enough that you're going to have me to sit under you in your church for 10 years. Whatever. I've seen some people do some stuff for some pastors that really? Shoot. I'm not the one. I'm not that guy. That part. I don't know. But I thought it was kind of humorous that I would be somewhere and somebody say, well, what's going on? Maybe it's the beard. Maybe it's the goddamn beard. All right. So, hey, y'all give a shout out to Maya for the contribution. Yeah, she felt like church. She said, let me give a little tithe to church. The love offering. How about that? Love offering. Thank you, Mara. I need it. I really do. I need it. I'm at the last point. I need it. And I'm there. I'm there, y'all. I'm there. And but what I'm saying is people are out there working on our minds, and they're working to begin to process to control us. And as this good old book says, they control us in the different realms and how they are doing that. And what I've come up with, and I even have a whole shirt line for y'all. Okay, listen. I try to maximize on everything. I believe in reciprocity. Now that I start to understand that, I want to create things that you would want. So when you give, it's a purpose for you and us both. It's an exchange. Because it is hard for you just to give. And I'm not saying it's not in your heart. But if I can find a way for reciprocity, right? Where you know how it is, giving your email address, you get the free download. They use that against us in business, people. But if I can figure out, you give me this, I give you that. and we both agree on the exchange, and we're happy with one another, we can continue to like and be satisfied with one another. You feel me, right? So in this world of what we're dealing with these folks is that they know how to work us across the board. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, they're not playing. So now they're using the spiritual universal laws, the 7 laws, law of vibration that we went through, law of correspondence, mentalism, plurality, gender, cause and effect, which I'm going to finish in a second. And we're going to get to the law of rhythm next. Oh, I'm going to come at you with that one. Okay. So what I'm saying is that once again, it works that nothing happens by chance. I remember when I did go to church, Pastor T.D. Jakes, which is right down the street from here, he did a message called Nothing Just Happened. I still got that one. I actually got the DVD, and it's 10, I don't know how many years old. I have a war chest. Okay, just let y'all know, I have a prayer chest, a war chest, where I call it is the actual chest, and I put a lot of old stuff and things that I learned from, or when I'm in my worst of times, I go and dig into my war chest. Okay, it's not money there yet, gold, but it's wisdom and knowledge is in there. Okay, so he says, Roderick, oh well, is y'all together? So we want to give Tara a happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Y'all give a shout out to Tara. Tara bought this huge crystal thing, man. I'm talking, she was like Jurassic Park, spare no expense. Her, Judith, Liz, and with a few of us, we were at the down in Miami last year. We all rode together and went to a crystal shop. It actually bought me some gifts. I still got them. Some jade. Tara picked this little necklace off. She bought me a little jade necklace. Judith bought me some stuff. Liz gave me a golden dollar and some coin. I mean, I love you guys. They just really took care of me. But anyway, she bought this huge freaking if I'm not forgetting, that thing was $900 of crystal. This thing was huge. It was beautiful though. She said, well, y'all can just ship it. I'm like, what? Yeah, I'll be taking that thing with me. It was big as a rock, though. I mean, it was a rock. But anyway, happy birthday to you, Tara. Y'all give her a shout out and give her a happy birthday. And all that good stuff. Now, I'm not going to say how old you are. I'm not going to ask if you're 26, 27, 30, 35. I'm not going to say that. But we all hung out that night too. We did a get together that Friday. Was it Friday? Not Friday, but whatever night before, we did a get together. Liz bought pizza. We all had pizza and all. I mean, we had a great time. We're gonna have another great time. I wish everybody who was there last year were coming in and we just have a bigger. But I understand it. I really do. I really do. We love you too, Judy. We do. And Tara, I miss you. This is Tara. Oh, Tara says I miss you. Oh, okay. Well, we miss. Hey, what's going on? We miss everybody. Y'all have a good one. But anyway, we're gonna do the law of rhythm. So y'all wish Tara a happy birthday. So y'all put it in the chat. And she just says, Tara, my tree is doing fine. I'm telling y'all, she spared no expense like Jurassic Park. She whipped out that money and said, I want that big ass thing. I'm like, what the hell? Now at that time, I'm in Brokeville, I'm doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, the $10 crystal I thought would have the same effect. But this big ass tree, I think it was purple or something, if I'm not mistaken, but it was beautiful. That's fine. And I used the term that Brokeville is a town. I want y'all to know that, okay? We all can get out of the town. It is. Brokeville is a town. Go find it. You'll see. Come in my neighborhood where I grew up in, The law of rhythm suggests that everything. Now, this is very important that we're about to go through. The law of rhythm suggests that everything in the universe follows a natural pattern or a cycle of rhythms. These rhythms can be observed in various aspects of life, including nature, human behavior, and the cosmos. And the law of rhythm implies that there are ups and downs, cycles of growth and decay, and periods of expansion and contractions in all things, and everything is rhythm between its lights. And the funny part about it is the words that it uses. And I'm not joking on y'all, but the women, I would have to say, it uses some words. It says that the law of rhythm, you know, has its ups and downs, growth, have cycles. You know, y'all call that thing y'all do as a cycle. And it has periods. Y'all have periods. And it has contractions. Y'all have contractions when you have babies or period. I don't know. I'm not just hanging on women, but there's some men that have all this stuff too. So let me just get out of that. But I'm saying that it is real, that they understand that too. How do the big secret keepers, and we'll go real quickly through each one, how do they use the law of rhythm to disrupt us though? How do they do it? Well, they understand that the law of rhythm is based on human behavior. So why they don't attack our minds and try to get us to do what they want us to do through mind control? They already know that connected to the cosmos will liberate people. So why would they say that studying the zodiacs and all that is negative in the church? They want to keep you from doing that. Stay away from that stuff, you know? And we already know that there's ups and downs. They know that. The rhythm says that. Polarity says that. Correspondence vibrate. Everything says that there are some things that we're going to go through in life. We're going to have peaks and valleys, is what the church would say. But at what point do they tell us that stay down, keep them down, don't let anybody up? Or, you know, we use this terminology that I don't even think why people use it. Oh, what goes up must come down, right? We say that. Well, it's the law of rhythm. Of course, what goes up comes down. But it also means it goes back up too if you know what you're doing. So when you fall, get your butt back up. When you get hit hard, get back up and hit harder. And when you fall the next time, fall harder so you know how hard it was falling the last time, and you don't feel that anymore. I don't know. Just get up. Get up. That's what we're saying. So, you know, I'm saying to you that these are things that we have to look into it. Ryan says we're getting into goddess stuff now, my man. For my man, hold it down. Living cycles keep. The book says count the days and make them as you know it. So I'm saying we have to truly understand the weapons of choice that it's bigger. So where I'm going with this is this. See, my DNA is UFOs, aliens, extraterrestrials. And it wasn't until I started studying symbols. In fact, one of the symbols we're going to talk about as I come to a close tonight is the question mark. Anybody know what that is, right? The question mark. Well, we're taught that the question mark means it's a question. You're just looking for the answers. But if you go back to the ancient symbolic of it, the actual symbolic of the question mark, like I said, I'm studying symbols. I got 22 books now. And I'm going to bring some stuff to you because it just intrigued me the most over this time. And now I'm like, I can't stop. But the question mark doesn't mean what we think it means. We think it means, you know, like, I don't know. Can you answer that for me? Go look it up. The ancient symbol is the question mark. And the meaning was that the shape represented the individual. The dot represent absolute. And it means that you have the answer within yourself. They didn't let us know that anymore. So when we see question everything, and you hear me, and I used to teach y'all, question the narrative. Remember, I have the shirts. Go to the website. They're there, or I took them down. It's because the answer is within ourselves. I've been knowing that. And when I started looking at the symbol, I was like, oh my God. All of this everyday things that we use is totally different. When I think I've said it before, when they say, oh man, this happens every blue moon. We think, oh, our definition of that is just don't happen often. Well, every 4 years, the moon becomes full moon in the whole month. Because remember, it goes from this side to this side, but it becomes a full moon twice, only every 4 years. And they called it in the ancient civilizations, every blue moon. They call it the blue moon. We use it today in conversation. but we don't know it actually has some implied meaning back in the day. So again, the question mark, follow the signs, that the answer is within yourself. Now, if you begin to talk to yourself, and I know some people that do it, and you don't grow, you're going to have some dumb stuff that you're going to say to yourself, and it's going to really F you up. So be careful with that. Sometimes you don't have to believe yourself until you get some knowledge, right? That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Now, with that being said, it's been a plum-pleasing pleasure. You know, it's Friday night. I would love to do Freaky Friday and really talk to y'all, but maybe not. Maybe y'all don't, whatever. And I want to just thank for the people who have given to the show tonight, those who going to get your guides. If you have not got your books and all that stuff, make sure you do, and all that. If you find any value, make sure you comment on the show tonight. Send me an email. Send me some affirmation. Send me some things that I'm doing a good job. Stroke the ego all this weekend. Contact at whythebigsecret.com. Send them there. I'm very proud of some moments and everything else. Nicole says she talked to herself. Cool. I know Nicole, so she tells me some good stuff. I'm sure she'll tell herself. But there are some people I wouldn't listen to. And if they're talking to themselves and listening to themselves, oh my God. Make sure y'all watch. It's only 6 episodes. Super Sale. Man, go check that show out. Super Sale. Go check it out. Oh my God. It ended a while ago. I watched the last of it about an hour before we started. I actually had a tear in my eye. I was like, oh, that's so sad. And then they took you there. It's like they take you on an emotional roller coaster. They took you to the saddest freaking moment. And then right after that, a minute later to end, they hype you back up, right? This dude, his name is Rap Man. Somebody named Rap Man created it, written it, and all. The dude is off the chart. Okay. It is so entertaining. It is so good. I loved it. And that when I first started watching it, I tuned out the first 20, 30 minutes. I'm like, I'm not watching this crazy, because they had this different language, this kind of young flavor type stuff, right? This real cool accent stuff. It's called Supercell. It's on Netflix. And booger is off the chart. Everybody got these little superpowers. You know, just pay attention to it. It's really good. Not everybody. There's just a few. And I got a new shirt called The Watchers. We just designed a shirt called The Watchers, y'all. It's like real simple. You're going to like it. I have a whole new clothing line. And they're there. You know, it's like, I'm not going to tell it, man. I want to tell it. I wish we could talk about this stuff. I wish. And man, yeah, Monica, check it out. And book club is this week. We went live last week, so I missed it. You know, Doc B and I went live on Forbidden Knowledge. I usually upload a video, so we went live there, pretty much. But yeah, man, yeah, them British actors, man, the women, oh, the accent that the women have. I'm not talking about the men. I don't know what y'all talking about, but them women, how they say love. There was one sister there. She kept telling the dude, "I love you," and every time I was like, "Damn, dude." Man, the way the women would say the word love, oh my goodness, that'll make you lift buildings, man. I'm telling you. Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I'm telling you. The way they would say some stuff, and man, that accent's off the chart. I'm just telling you. It's crazy. It's crazy. You would think the word poppy was good, but they throw that out the window. I'm talking just the pure word love and stuff. All right, so I hope y'all had a good night tonight. I know, because I almost got I'm telling you, Liz, I got some cool stuff. I'll send you a couple of images. You'll see. I have a designer. We got them. Man, we got some cool wear. I'm talking street wear, some real off your stuff, man. We have some real stuff. Yeah, the girls on the show are gorgeous. I know, Nicole. Yes. And even you know what makes some of them so pretty? There was a couple, one of them, was it Sabrina? She just like in a natural pretty, right? Just naturally, you know, and will mess you up. And then the other dudes, but, you know, I'm not going to talk the movie. I can't talk it. I just encourage y'all to check it out. And you can binge watch this one, okay? You can, tomorrow and Sunday, you can start around 6 or 7 Saturday afternoon, get you some whatever, something to eat, some little whatever, and sit down and just keep watching them. And the way they do it is they take you right into the next one with the next episode, like not our other or in a replay. No, they leave that last scene, and when the next episode starts, it starts right with that scene. It's like it just don't stop. It just doesn't stop. Yeah, it is really, really cool. But like I said, the other guys, his girl, she was really, really, man, she was good and is good or whatever. But yeah, watch it this weekend. You won't be disappointed. And then I've been watching the series Suits and stuff, and I was hooked to that until I got to Supercell. Again, I wasn't gonna watch it again. And then me and the Moon was like, she was like, you need to check that out. I was like, girl, I'm not even seeing that stuff. We was talking about some other stuff, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And I couldn't stop. In fact, it was probably the only thing that I'm gonna probably watch again, because I'm taking most of the time off tomorrow. Because I got an incredible phone call today that, oh my God, it was. But anyway, I'm gonna probably take some time off tomorrow, and I'm gonna watch it again. Just sit back. This time, you pay more attention to shit that you didn't see the first time, because they got a lot of symbols and stuff in there. Because I caught a lot of them at the end when I was more focused. Because I had started. See, I started drinking my hydrogen water right after the first 2 episodes, and by the time I got to the last episodes, I was able to start seeing. And I was like, hey, I was texting a friend. I was like, hey, man, they got the symbols in there, and because I was just reading the books, I was like, these right there in our faces, right there. Yeah, so we would do it. All right, is there anything else? Anything else we want to talk about? It's early. It's 10 o'clock. I guess I'll get on out of here, and I want to thank y'all for your time and precious everything, each and every one of you. So y'all take care. And oh, by the way, this is serious. Okay, y'all listen to me. And I wouldn't be saying this if it wasn't a concern. I got a phone call from Dave Scott in Spaced Out Radio. They are looking for Rob G. Nobody's heard from him. He hasn't posted anything. I've been calling. It's like he went off the map. I don't know his real name. I think it's Robert Graves. There are some of you in California, whatever. I don't know. But there are a lot of people concerned that they haven't heard from him, that he just dropped off, nothing, no social media posting on that, and it's been off 10 days. You know, he is a fanatic of social media. He does their shows on the weekend. He does his shows. And they're really nervous. I'm concerned, and if I'm saying it to you, we need to find we need to find out what's going on. So y'all look it up. Rob G, you know, he hops in here, Mr. Music. He has his YouTube channel, but he does Spaced Out Radio on the weekend. So, and if he is listening, brother, call something. But yeah, there's a lot of people concerned and worried. Okay, so I just want to put it out there on the airways. Maybe y'all can know somebody in that area. Even California is all I know. Robert Graves, I think. So I tried to do some search today. I didn't find anything, but he go by Rob G, Mr. Music, whatever. Phone goes straight to voicemail. I've been calling for days, straight to voicemail. I deliberately did it different times a day just to see, maybe he just had it off, but it's just going straight to voicemail. So yeah. So yeah, just want y'all to know, and we can do that. And is there anything else? Oh, once again, if you're in Miami for the weekend, if you're there Friday or Saturday and Sunday, I can try to get you into the event. I need a camera person, somebody if you got a camera or know somebody that will film the times that we're greeting and talking to people. I need to get all of that on tape, the book signings and all of that stuff. So, and if you got your A game and you might want to meet some of the people, I'll introduce you to Billy and all those folks and everything. And so it may be your moment. Not anybody who said, I'll just be a camera person, because you ain't going to know about audio. You're not going to know if you ain't getting good audio and all. I need a professional, semi-professional, or somebody on their way to professionalism. We would do that. Okay. All right. I'm out. Love y'all. And if you're a friend of mine, thank y'all for your support. Let's do it.
Why did Ruby shoot Oswald? Was there a conspiracy?
In a world shrouded in darkness and obscured by deception from the big secret keepers, a burning question ignites in the hearts and minds of truth seekers. Why? Let's dive into the abyss of the unknown. Challenge the limits of our understanding.
This bizarre sequence of double killings raised great questions. Who actually fired the shot that killed Kennedy?
Pierce the veil of secrecy.
Cattle found dead and the manner of their deaths are a real mystery.
Anyone who is concerned about lead in the drinking water in Flint.
And venture into the realm of conspiracies and extraterrestrial evidence.